another one. Wow. Got here. Big Waldo. Look at that. Nice walleye too, huh, folks? Nice one. Everything's swimming on this reef here. We're just catching all kinds of fish on these reefs. Well, let's see what we got here. I'm looking for smallmouth and largemouth, and what am I catching here? A little bonus walleye action here, huh? See, when you're fishing windy reefs like I'm fishing here, you know, it's a post-spawn walleye, pre-spawn bass thing. I mean, you're bound to catch anything, and walleyes like crawdads and all this stuff just as much as a bass does. When you get a windy day like this, of course, bluebird conditions on fairly clear water, you're not supposed to be able to catch walleyes in shallow water, but guess what? Somebody didn't tell the walleye that. You know, I'm not so sure, Mike. I might take him home for supper. Catch and release right into the grease. What do you think? So basically the fundamentals of what I'm doing are pretty simple. I'm fishing a rock reef on the downwind side of a lake that's got a shallow bay behind it, a bunch of open water on the front side of it, upwind of it, and we're in a post-spawn walleye situation, low 50-degree water, pre-spawn bass situation, and you got crawdads and minnows up on this reef, so pretty much anything goes. In other words, what I mean by that is you're fishing a crank, nothing's better than fishing a crankbait in these conditions. Now, experiment with different crankbaits. I just happen to have this one on because I was checking this out for bass, and I'm catching walleyes and a mixed bag. I could catch just about anything: pike, walleye, largemouth, smallmouth, muskie. It could happen at any time. In a spot like this, when you got multiple species cruising up and down a reef like this, and there's crawdads, there's minnows on it, you catch just about anything. Now, sometimes you get a good midday bite like this on bass, and you'll get an evening and a morning bite on the same spot on walleyes. In this case, I'm kind of catching everything right in the middle of the day on crankbait, so you just never know. Just never know. Let's go make another trip off this reef and see what happens next. There he is. Another walleye. Another walleye, yeah. I've got a couple nice walleyes today, folks, huh? Did a little walleye cranking show here, huh? What do you think? Look at this. Yeah. Walleye number 2. Look at that. Oh yeah, look at that. So we're cranking a reef here, folks. Alrighty. When I'm cranking, the basic fundamentals of crankbait fishing work no matter what species of fish you fish for. I've said this so many times in seminars, at sports shows and in articles and stuff, is once you learn how to catch bass on crankbaits or walleyes or muskies on crankbaits, you catch every fish. See, I'm catching all kinds of different fish on crankbaits when I fish a spot like this. I've got several walleyes here. But when you're fishing a spot like this with the right kind of techniques, yeah, it's middle of the day, it's a bluebird. You can see it's bluebird behind me, and it's cold. And I'm fishing a bass walleye crankbait, or you know, like a typical bass crankbait, but it still catches walleyes. Catching everything. The basic fundamentals of crankbait fishing work no matter what you're fishing for. In this case, we're fishing a windy, wind-blown, wave-pounded rock point.